Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at Solana. My goodness, this took off way better than I anticipated originally. I thought we were only going to go up a little bit, and instead we took off a lot. All right, so when we last reviewed this coin yesterday, I was at 37. Now we're in the 40 range. Okay, that's pretty significant if you look at it here. 41 almost plus. So again, very, very good. Glad nobody's shorted this coin. I hope you watched the entire video and learned from it, but congrats to that. Speaking of updates, this is fantastic. Take a look at this here. Well, this is our little swing trade from Injective 202%. That's all well and good. But take a look at this here. Look at this phenomenal trade. Solana 4,539% from a long 100x. I never recommend 100x, but fantastic. Very good job there, Aggro Man. Very well done. This is one of our newer members in our community here, so welcome aboard. Also, good job, Jasraj, and anyone else, obviously, that posts their results there. So then we got a trade results section. There's a request section here too, so I'll be happy to review any coins that you ask for. Just link down below for all that stuff. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna update our fib levels here, of course, because there's a pullback that's gonna be due eventually soon. Right? These can't go up forever, but if it were to continue higher, we're gonna talk about what that potential might look like. And the way to probably do that is to effectively reverse your fibs and to kind of see, this is being the most lowest point here in the most recent time frame. How much higher could we go? Okay, so we'll talk about that and much more. All right, so thank you again for joining me here. Let's take a quick look at the daily and see what's going on here. First of all, let's talk about the obvious here. We've got almost four white soldiers, okay? Now, yesterday was a pretty strong day. No doubt about it. Today's strong as well. But this one here, this little guy, you can kind of exclude that because it didn't officially break free from this range. So we officially have three white soldiers. Okay, I'm mentioning that because when you see that candlestick pattern occur, there's typically a fourth red day. You've probably heard me say that multiple times in the past. Is it 100%? No, but it's a statistically like what 70-80% probability it's going to occur. And again, you got to keep in mind if we have a red day tomorrow, it may not just dump. That's not exactly the red day we're talking. It's just going to be like a red doji candle, for example, like you see here, three white soldiers, and then we got one little red doji. Okay, so the truth is, we'll see a correction soon. It's trending closer to that. I would be surprised if it continued much higher without a little bit of correction. Okay, so just be mindful of that. That said, if you take a short, be careful. Obviously, this coin is monstrous. We actually took one of our only stop losses last month for Solana was a short trade. Okay, so keep in mind we took a loss there. Granted, we had like 1,200% return for the month, but still took a decent sized chunk there for Solana. Regardless of that fact, you take a look at all these moving averages. Everything's looking positive. The 20-day SMA is ascending concurrent with the trend line here. We've got the second convergence on the MACD. This is the most important one to occur. And I misspoke. It's not a MACD. It's a stochastic RSI, but it acts like a MACD when it converges. Okay. The second time is the most beneficial, of course. So to me, when you take a trade here, that's typically what you want to look for. But with us being overextended recently, I've been waiting for a good short, honestly. But I'm probably not going to touch this coin because it just scares the heck out of me, and I don't want to bother to try to short into it. You get kind of gun shy with certain coins, and they'll scar you for life. So if we come back down here to this 34 range, that's where I'd like to get a long position. But just keep in mind, a short would make sense here soon. Just please, please, please be careful. Okay, take a look at the 4 hour here. Let's go ahead and summarize. I was talking yesterday about a healthy staircase pattern that we had here previously, and that these legs up have been warranted. Okay, nice healthy continuation. We're starting to get a little slopey here, right? You can't really step up this staircase because it's like really fairly flat. Okay, when you start to see that plus an overextension, there's a great chance that pullback would be coming soon. Again, I'm still subscribing to the thought process that we'll see 37, 36, or 34 as round numbers in the relative near future. It could continue higher without regard, but we're getting close to that overextension here. We're already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles into an overextension. Okay, that's a lot of hours. All right. So truth is, it's due for a correction. So I'm not telling you to short. I'm just saying, it's coming. Okay. Furthermore, we can see RSI is still trending very positive here on the above 70. Okay, well above 70. We're at 85 right now. And what I want to pull up here is just the last time it did this. So if you take a look, last time we did this, it took roughly what 1, 2, 3. It was up there. It was over 70 on the RSI for 3 days. Okay, we've been over 70 on the RSI for roughly 3 days. Okay, this is the third day. So I think the truth here is that we might see a pullback soon. because if you look at its history, it doesn't stay over 70 for too long. And again, we do have had this hidden bearish divergence, and that didn't matter. Just continue to go. Okay. So the fact that it continues here without without pullback leads me to believe we'll see one soon. So again, just a heads up on that. I want this coin to continue. I think it definitely will. It'll get very high eventually, but you got to recognize for this to be able to sustain itself and not dump hard, we need to be able to see some kind of corrective behavior here soon. Speaking of correction, this does look a little bit better. If you look at the hourly, we can see somewhat of a staircase pattern here. Just a little too high on that one, that last one there. So I think it's overextending itself. I think a short closer to 42 would make sense. Again, I'm just going to leave it alone, especially with the Fed meeting coming up here in just about an hour's time. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, get ready. I recommend steering clear of trading at that point because things get a little dicey. Take a look at, I sent out a message last night, we're waiting until after the Fed meeting tomorrow to take our next set of trades. Okay, so make sure that you consider waiting if you're seeing this before that happens. If you see it after, I hope you got lucky, right? Okay, anyways, that's about it. So let's take a quick look here at the cloud. We'll wrap it up here. All green lights to leave your long position open, okay? So again, regardless of unhealthy correction or unhealthy staircase pattern, whatever you want to look at it, we are looking at a situation where the Ichimoku cloud, which is a very reliable indicator, is letting us know that we should leave our position open if you have a long position open, okay? There's no reason to close into it. So again, no matter how you look at it, shorting right now at this exact time is very risky, okay? So do not short into it. Last thing we want to take a quick look at here, and I talked about this just briefly, is where could this coin go? And the best way to recognize that is to reverse the fibs and kind of look, and we're going to pull up a larger time frame just to kind of get perspective on what's going on here. So we kind of want to look at a situation where we've got support and resistance levels. Okay, so we're going to pull these over here. As you can see right there at about $45 is a pretty close approximate for a resistance level. That's the next leg up here on Fibonacci. So if we come up to that 1.272 level, the previous resistance there at about $45 is going to prove as a potential resistance moving forward. Keep in mind, all this occurred here. This was like the FTX stuff here. This was a fallout from FTX. So the most recent high, just post FTX essentially, is right here at about 44, or sorry, round number 45. So I'm going to specify here that $45 is going to be the resistance level, and if you're going to consider a short, that may be much more of an appropriate target. I'm going to set an alert here to about the 44.5 range, see if we get notified, as that'd be a wonderful consideration for a short position. Again, it may not happen. You look at the history of this coin, my goodness, this coin does some phenomenal things. It's typically slow and steady, and we're starting to see that. But just note, we do have 3 white soldiers on the weekly too. Okay, so a correction would make sense. Again, sorry I keep repeating that, but it's just the truth of it. All right, well, I hope it continues higher. What are your thoughts? Comment below, let me know kind of what you're thinking. It's always exciting to hear. If you want to jump on over to our Discord, Telegram, or Twitter and comment, it's perfectly fine as well. I send out playout charts that look a little something like this, and just kind of helps you understand, obviously, what's going to happen next. And this is our playout chart from yesterday, of course. Again, we have the pullback potential, but hard line to the upside, right? There's no other way around it. This coin has tremendous momentum. Do not short into this coin until it overextends itself. Just so you know, it's not fully overextended yet, okay? All right, I hope that makes sense. Thanks again so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.